I don't even know if you can handle it. I don't know if you can. Hey, yo, Rain, turn that up. I don't even know if you can handle it. All I know is you can have it. I don't even know if you can handle it. All I know is you can have it. I don't even know if you can handle it. All I know is you can have it.
It's your boy, Big Nine, Cosmic Group 9, and I want to do a quick little reaction video. I ain't even watched this whole video yet. It's like 4 hours long, but it's Charleston White having to sit down with the bull Jason Lee. And it's a good interview. Charleston White, going viral once again, talking his talk, spitting knowledge, going over shit he be saying. We going over a whole lot of people heads and shit. And this video was nothing less than that. But I know it's gonna go over a whole bunch of y'all heads. But this is like a big interview though. Jason Lee's actually a pretty big platform. They got 167K in 20 hours. It looked like as of right now. Hey, it's a pretty big platform, and it's like Charleston White is moving on up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he already moved up, but it's like he's just moving on up. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see if it becomes a good job or not because he did. You know the shit he talked. He be sounding like he be. You know what I'm saying? He be sounding like a truth teller like me sometimes. You know what I'm saying? He be talking that talk. He be sounding like a truth teller, and sometimes that truth teller shit don't always end well. Sometimes it ends wonderfully. I promise you that. So we gonna see what we're gonna get right into it because he talked about a lot of different shit. Like I said, I only seen it like for about an hour of it. I'm gonna go back and watch some more of it and all that, but I'm sure closer down to the 4 hour mark and all that, he probably went into a whole bunch more interesting topics to say the least. But I wrote down a couple little timestamps, you know what I'm saying, to where that what I seen and I thought was interesting from the interview. And we can watch it together and I'm gonna tell y'all what I think of it. You know what I'm saying? Give y'all my perspective on what Charleston White is out here presenting to the public and you know what I'm saying? Let's get right into it. We'll just start right here and see. We're gonna start right here and see where it takes us. You feel me?
Culture in a way that mainstream doesn't. So I'm gonna be their favorite platform to go to. It didn't happen like that. And Floyd said, "Stop trying to be everybody's friend and just be a savage because the savage always wins." I thought, well, I don't want to be a savage because sometimes it feels uncomfortable to have to be a savage. But the minute I started saying what I thought, I mean, it almost seemed like a magnet. It sucked the industry in. Why is it that way in our culture, you think? And then do you believe, like I do, that we know how to cannibalize our own better than everybody else?
Of course we do. It's almost how we get ahead in America. We can't get ahead in America really uplifting other black people, and we're openly doing it. We can't, at every level of success that we get to, we openly as black people reach back down and pull other black people up by the masses. They'll close the doors on us.
They who? White folks or black people?
Black people. White people stopped being our enemies a long time ago.
Oh, I can feel the internet right now. Do you believe that?
Yeah, I truly believe that.
Why?
Because capitalism has superseded racism in America. So it's becoming more of nationalism, right? This is America. So that's why you see the Proud Boys, groups like that emerging, white ring conservatives. They're not talking racism, they're talking their country. We're stuck on racism.
Black folks, but people would say black people can't be racist.
We're stuck on the idea of being racist. We don't have the power to be.
The idea of the country and white people still being racist?
Yeah.
True. Yeah, I mean, y'all heard. Let me just stop it right there. Y'all heard what he just said. You know what I'm saying? Y'all nah. For those who don't know him, y'all see why he's so controversial. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can see why he's so controversial. He be talking that talk. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just say, come on, way. I agree. I definitely agree with most of the shit he just said. You know what I'm saying? Like they not our biggest enemy. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I'm not gonna say that uh he's 110%, you know what I'm saying, on point, you know what I'm saying? But everybody, you know what I'm saying, to each his own. He on track with his information. He not lying to y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like there's bigger fish out here to fry, you know what I'm saying? Like, and if you ask me, for people's biggest enemy is they self on an individual level. At this point, like people be holding themselves back and not mentally right and all that good shit. So there's bigger fish to fry than just blaming a whole race for whatever. It's blaming anybody else. Period. On the individual level, like it's just it's no need for that when if you really wanted to, you know what I'm saying, have a better life. Because if that's all the, if that's seems like, and that's what it should be. What everybody's complaining about, and everybody want to make racism a big deal, especially like the black people. You know what I'm saying? Especially black people, we just want to have a better life, right? That's the end goal. So like I don't see how just every day blaming the whole another fucking race. You know what I'm saying? The whole race, not even the like you're doing it wrong. You know what I'm saying? There's actually people out here who is working against you and against us and against the planet, and you're not even calling out the right people. It's just it seemed like you stuck in a rut or you got something going on. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't. I don't know. So I agree with him. You know what I'm saying? I agree with him for the majority of what he said. And then it is not your biggest enemy right now. And like you said, capitalism is it's taking over and nationalism is taking over. Yeah, and meanwhile we still stuck on racism. Yeah, and people wanna keep talking about, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all know he's not lying. Y'all know he's not lying. Like people daily talk about how they don't like the country that they live in. Like, you know what I'm saying? How America was never great. If somebody who supports Donald Trump, you know what I'm saying, if somebody was to come around saying make America great, you know, when was America ever great? Like, come on, man, y'all still stuck in the past. Like, it's time to love your land, love where you from, love your life, and you know what I'm saying? Because it's getting real out here. There's real actual enemies that got vendetta and vengeance and and just got a desire to actually do harm or even just overthrow where you're at, overthrow your lands with the take over your country. You know what I'm saying? As you can see, there was just a whole pandemic we just had. That's, you know what I'm saying. We got bigger fish to fry. I say all that to say we got bigger fish to fry than just the white people, white male, dude. Like, hold on, but let's get back to it.
Yeah, so we're because we feel that we're owed something, whether there's reparations or we truly believe, and we are owed something, if we're gonna be honest, right? But there's a group that feels entitled.
Yep, I agree with him again. I ain't even want to have to start the video, but you know what I'm saying? He talking that talk. We're definitely owed. Don't get me wrong from anything that I'm saying. I'm not excusing white people or anybody else things they did in the past or things that they're still doing currently, because they're still doing things currently that are acting against my people. And like I said, I like to call out names. I like to call and hold the right people accountable. Y'all just saying white people, you know what I'm saying, blaming the whole race. That's not holding the right people accountable, and they're getting away with the evil shit, because it's evil, the evil shit that they're doing to the black people and the people at this point. But like we're definitely owed something. I'm not excusing that. We're owed something. We're owed something. And I did a whole video down if you go down my channel list and go looking, like it's probably titled Jerry Springer. When Jerry Springer and his kids, he when he died and he left those two black children that he had in secrecy. Yeah, I did it. I talked about reparations in that video. You want to go check that joint out, you know what I'm saying? Because it was a powerful video and I explained it thoroughly of why we're owed shit still and why we shouldn't settle for less. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? No bullshit. So go check that one out.
And that's the group that's hurting us,
Mhm.
right? So the entitled group uses racism as an excuse, as a crutch, but they really don't know racism because racism is really hidden in the fabrics of America and in bank loans and why you can't access. So we see more prejudice than we do racism.
It's interesting. I was on a call today with a brand where I've been talking to this brand that everybody knows for 3 years about a partnership. And I said, you know what? I just want to understand you. When George Floyd died, all of you promised millions and billions of dollars investing in Black-owned businesses, and you haven't done that. But you haven't told me that you don't want to do it, but you keep stringing me along. Let's just have the conversation. Do you just want us to buy your products and you don't want to invest in our businesses? Because this is what I'm feeling. And that, to me, like as you say, the new racism is embedded in like keeping us down, not really investing in Black targeted, not Black owned. But why do you think our culture still strives for that white validation? Because I do say in many ways, you know, you ain't gonna stop somebody wanting an endorsement deal or wanting to walk that red carpet of a mainstream platform.
Man, ain't nothing like a Harvard law degree compared to HBCU degree in this country.
Shit, before he even go in, I think niggas is still chasing that validation because y'all niggas is really don't got shit. You know what I'm saying? Niggas don't got nothing. Like, so while of course you want the people who's on top to at least like you, the fuck? Like, so, and I'm not saying that's my mentality. I'm just saying that's a lot of the mentality of the world and especially this country. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people out here who just gotta get the nicest pair of shoes, you know what I'm saying? The nicest Jordans just to fit in, you know what I'm saying? Gotta have a certain type of car, a certain type of hairstyle, you know what I'm saying? Just to fit in, like it's, you know what I'm saying? And who you trying to fit into, who you trying to be accepted by? Like what's really going on? Why can't you just be yourself? You know what I'm saying? It's just a fact. Like it's like some people would say, you know what I'm saying? Like some people, like I did a bunch of videos and shit like that. Like people have what I call rabies, like it was just a mind virus. People have shit that's in their mind that really make them think some fucking crazy fucked up shit. And this right here, that's just a big example of it. That's all it really is. It's a person with rabies, a person with a mind virus. They just crave the approval from, I don't know, I would say the authority and the superior structure, and in this case, apparently in this country, it has to be the young man, the one who's founded it, the ones who, you know what I'm saying, who own everything. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my little 2 cents. I think when we get more ownership, you know what I'm saying, more land, you know what I'm saying, more Black owned, you know what I'm saying, businesses and schools and everything that we need. Is, you know what I'm saying? When there's Black bus stops, you know what I'm saying? All Black, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? When there's Black Greyhounds and all that, everything you need, just everything we need. Black fucking tech companies and laboratories and anything you want, animation, everything you want. But once y'all start, you know what I'm saying, creating and owning your own shit, then y'all won't be looking for validation from someone else. Maybe just the people inside your little community or the people inside your tribe, but you wouldn't be reaching outside of your environment, like your local environment for validation. Like you'll be set, and then even at that, you can, like I said before, it's just a mental thing. Everything's always going to be a mental thing. You can, once you change your mind, you want, you know, then it all depends who you want the validation from, or if you want it from anybody or not. You know what I'm saying? You can change your mind at any given time. All you gotta do is work toward it. Man, I don't want to ramble. Let's get back to it.
There's nothing compared to living in Calabasas compared to South Central LA. So the validation is there because we validate one another based off of it. A good paying job, rather than Black ownership, Black entrepreneurship, or Black economics. Do you have a good paying white man job? So that's always been the validation for us. That's some security that you can die with. your good paying job, the benefits that that good paying job offers you compared to you starting your own business and passing that down as a family tradition or an inheritance, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what else do we have to strive for outside of white validation? Black excellence still seeks white validation.
As you say that, I see Jay-Z standing on the Grammys stage.
Puffy checking the people at the Grammys and missing the BET Awards. Rather than making our BET Awards the Grammys or making our Black Hollywood like the Oscars, we want to fight with them about what's been.
And making their show better for us.
But their show isn't strictly for us.
Right.
Right. So it's no difference than us once having the Negro League, and the Negro League was doing so good, it brought them to us.
But who do we blame for the apathy right now with Black excellence? Is it Black folks? Is it white folks? Is it social media?
You don't blame nobody. You look in the mirror and blame you.
If you're not contributing to
If you're not contributing. So it's kind of like, that's what brought me to the community, right? I'm traveling around the country, and I was partnering with a national lobbyist group out of Washington, D.C. that was called the Campaign Fair Sentencing.
Okay. Man, I was like that one. And then that was a little, you know what I'm saying? It was all on race the first, like, I don't want to say the whole first hour, but like the first good 40 minutes, he was definitely on race for a while, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to just go ahead and skip to another timestamp that I got written down for us. But he was talking about, like I say, he was talking about a lot of shit. He was teaching. He was teaching in his own way, and I respect it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let's get right. You feel me? Let's get right. Right. Let's get right.
And said that these children are super predators. That term came about during that time. They said that this group of children would be bigger, faster, stronger, heartless, and incorrigible. This was spoken to our Congress members. So they began creating laws in this country, strict, harsh, inhumane laws toward children, mainly one, a juvenile life without parole. So they began sentencing children.
Was that when they decided to try juveniles as adults?
Yeah, so at that time, they lowered the certification age from 15 to 14. And then they started giving children at the age of 12 juvenile life without parole with no possibility. But this is before all the data and the research about brain development, right? Because the term super predator and that being attached to children sent a shockwave of fear through America. Mm-hmm. And we were committing these crimes. So
that's the singular thing. I think that, you know, although I did vote for Hillary and wish that Hillary would have won for my own personal reasons, that was the one.
I voted for Hillary too. I named my daughter after Chelsea Clinton because I was a Hillary fan.
Really?
I was a big Hillary fan.
Hold on. The leader of the nigga nation was sitting up one day and decided to name his child after Chelsea Clinton.
Chelsea Clinton. Yeah, I had got into it with family members and everything. The whole Black community, I stood in line for hours, voting for Hillary Clinton against Barack Obama. And at the time, my baby mama was pregnant with my daughter. So yeah, Chelsea Serenity White.
But people not understand. Well, that was the super predator thing, was the thing that stuck on Hillary when she was running against Donald Trump, because people couldn't, Black people, were tired of being labeled super predators. Not
stigmatized. That was a stigma that it was a horrendous stigma, because now they're trying to undo what they had done. Mm-hmm. And they even
no, man. Right there, I got to disagree, because they're not trying to undo that. The only reason why that's even being brought up is because the person who wrote that crime bill that locked all of our fathers up, You know what I'm saying? The one that that started that whole little super predator run, you know what I'm saying? And put the stigma on us. You call it a stigma. They put the stigma on it because that's more than a stigma. They that was a sort of character, you know what I'm saying, for a whole race of people. And the person who did that is in the White House right now as the president. I don't want to say his name because I don't feel like getting my channel all shadow banned and all this and all that again because they keep doing it. They keep happening. But he's in the president. He's in the president. He's the president right now in that White House right now. He's the one who said all. He's the one who started all that. You know what I'm saying? He was one of the big figurehead. That's why it's relevant right now. That's why Charleston White's even talking about it right now because the man who did all that made it to the top of the top. He's in the White House. He got the main job. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't say they're trying to undo it. You know what I'm saying? He tried doing that. He got to the top of the top off that. You know what I'm saying? He's not trying to undo that at all. People just more people are talking about it. I'm talking about it. Charleston White's talking about it. Xander, people all over YouTube and in real life just talking about it. So that's why it's called damage control. They're trying to do damage control. That's it. That's all. But you know what I'm saying? Let me get back to the video.
And apologize for it. But
not to mention 3-strike law that also happened under that whole
the minimum sentencing guidelines on the federal, all of that. So right now, the Miller versus Graham ruling that overturns the automatic juvenile life without parole. So that's how I kind of got into politics. So my change came from the juvenile system, right? Because I went through a program that focused on re-socializing a child, right? Rehabilitation comes after you re-socialize someone. There's a lot of people who grew up in households who really don't know right from wrong. I know some kids that they think if they can take it from you, it belongs to them because they took it from you. If you can't take it back, then heck, so it's some worlds that exist like that. It's some worlds exist where men and women, they fight each other. The man whooped the woman hit him while he sleep, and they love each other and don't nobody call the police. So it's some worlds that exist like that. But I didn't grow up in that world. I wanted to try to fit into that world. So by me not having a father and me trying to identify as a boy, a male, and as a man from just my mother's teachings and what the culture teach me, I went with the culture because my mama, what you say don't work out here playing marbles with these guys. Yeah. When I want the ball back, what you say, I say, well, please, can I have it back? This don't work, mama. So I'll stop listening to mama because what she's telling me to do as a boy don't work when I leave the porch.
What she's telling you what to do is right.
Yeah.
But the mothers didn't tell those other kids that will have the ball the same thing, and that's not the reality.
Nah, man. Listen, man, that's not just because she was saying it don't make it right. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's nice don't make it right. It's just not right information. It's the wrong information, and it doesn't help in our day-to-day life, and it doesn't make our life better. So you shouldn't take that information, and that's what I wanted y'all to hear. I'm sorry. I know the girls probably gonna kill me. All the moms are gonna kill me. I'm sorry, but the truth is the truth. Like that's real life in real time. He's explaining to you like how the shit y'all teaching y'all kids is not working out here. That's not working. That's not going to fly. Like you said, if you at the basketball court and somebody take the ball from you, all that kid, please give it. And that's what I'm saying. Somebody you in school, somebody bullying on you and all this and all that. That tell the teacher that all that don't work. Like, come on, like, and it's like those are the minute pieces of advice that are not helping the kids and or in one way, shape, or form, just a stagnant piece of information. Like that's we need. Like I'm looking at the bigger picture here, and I gotta look at the bigger picture here from what he just said. Like as a kid, you really your mom's telling you your mom's feeding you information, trying to help you live the best life you can once you get to adult. And what if she's feeding you the wrong information? You feel me? Like, and I'm not trying to ban all. Not all. I'm not saying all mothers are wrong and all mothers don't know what they're doing and what they're talking about. But what if? Because there is mothers out here who have what I call mental rabies. They have rabies. They have a mind virus that they are feeding the wrong information into their kids, and that's how messed up kids become messed up adults. Bad kids become bad adults. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So I gotta that's really the time I wanted y'all to see is it's something that you really need to think about, and when you think about it, you gotta think outside the box on it because this is something that affects every day. You know what I'm saying? Almost everybody on this planet is raised by their mother. You know what I'm saying, or their grandmother or whatever, and if they can't teach you how to survive, you know what I'm saying? First law of nature, you know what I'm saying? Self-preservation, like if they can't teach you how to preserve yourself in the real world that is here now, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, they grew up in a different time, you know what I'm saying? Times changed. So if they can't do it now, then it's just you gotta neglect and disregard some of their information that they give you. And I don't know how adults can take that. Some adults can't take that from children. Some adults just, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna fly right. So that's something that y'all really need to think outside the box on and really listen closely on. Like I said, he's dropping a lot of information and jewels, and they'll go right over your head. So I'm gonna just show y'all my a bunch of key moments that popped out at me. You know what I'm saying? So let's get straight to another one. Key moment. This one. Hold on, let me make sure I'm on point. Y'all hear this one?
This
Y'all
game,
hear this one? Man.
you're not ready for it. Elsewhere, it's only master, his wife, his children, and the overseer who live somewhere. But it's 50 of y'all here. It's a choice.
But does the nigga believe it's a choice, or do black people believe it was not a choice?
Black people. Because ain't nobody been talking to the niggas. Because if we really been talking to the niggas, there's no way we would do one another the way we do one another. There's not many niggas left who really know that word, who really know that word is so powerful. White people want it to cease and desist because it's a hell of a reminder.
So in trademarking the word nigga.
So I trademarked the word nigga because I can never be a nigger.
Right.
And that word is prohibited.
But is it American. Nigga like the way it's spelled on your
N-I-G-G-A, but it's an acronym.
Wait, but you own the trademark.
Yeah.
Out of everybody in the world that uses the word.
Yeah, I submitted the paperwork to the government. They approved it and all that.
So you can actually tell people, don't say nigga.
I don't want why. Now, that word should be on in bright lights.
Where?
Like how that Hollywood sign is. It should be nigga up, N-I-G-G-E-R, up under Hollywood. Because these were great people. And that word should be admired.
But when we say slavery is a choice, does that embolden white supremacy and white people thinking that, see, he even said it was a choice. Because being here is a choice. You didn't have to come here, but we didn't have to get on the boat, is what you're saying. We could have died.
Well, we had a choice to fight too, though. We had a choice to fight too. In the movie Roots, they show us one episode, right? Where they all went up, get ready to take a bath, and they decided to fight back, got a hold. We could have done that every day. They showed us the movie The Birth of a New Nation with Nat Turner. But most people don't know there was a lot of revolts other than what they just tell us about Nat Turner. Rosewood, Slocum, Texas. Black Wall Street was even rebuilt. They don't even tell Black Wall Street was rebuilt. Not to the capacity of what it was, but it was rebuilt.
Will Smith's Emancipation.
Come on.
Did you watch that?
I hadn't seen it, but I'm familiar.
Yeah.
So I'm saying we could have, but I can't say the fruits of white America's labor, but the fruits that come with being submissive, following the rules, it seems to be much greater than having our ultimate freedom. Because now, in my mind, you can't make me believe that this group of niggas won't be digital slaves.
He talking that talk. Come on, man. Like, y'all gotta really listen to this, man. Like right now, like if y'all don't take nothing else, listen to what this is telling y'all right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because this is just to go back to what Kanye was talking about a couple years ago. like if slavery was a choice or not, and like it the only way it wasn't a choice if you was a bitch ass nigga or something. Like it just don't make sense. Like yeah, of course it was a choice. Yeah, of course it was a choice. And he goes on to say, I'm gonna play a little bit more, but he goes on to say, which I agree with, like people don't understand slavery. I tell people this all the time. Y'all do not have the correct history behind slavery. Y'all have an incorrect concept of the history of slavery. It's like y'all just run with whatever these people tell you, either whether it's a random YouTuber to whether it's your middle school teacher to because you still stuck like you still got a middle school mind or something. Y'all still be using the same information from middle school. Like y'all did no real research. I did not do your due diligence because y'all are running out here with an incorrect concept of history, especially on slavery and racism and all of it. Like y'all, it's wild. It's but he's right on an exact. You know what I'm saying? Like if people really go do their research, y'all would know. We Abraham Lincoln did not free the slaves, and like, come on, man, we freed ourselves. Take like we black people freed themselves. They was if you go look up the Gullah Geechee Wars and the Seminole Indian Wars, come on, man. Everybody know that, or the majority of people know. Y'all not fooling nobody that we know that we were black and black Indians at that we were the black Aboriginals and people that were here before. You know what I'm saying? Like we know this. We know this shit. Like calling me. Like we know this. You know what I'm saying? Like it's documented history that slaves were escaping and blowing up my phone when I'm on live. It's crazy. It's documented history that there were slaves escaping in the South from their plantation and going to Florida to run to the Seminole Indians who were looked just like me. You know what I'm saying? Brown or darker. You know what I'm saying? With features and all. You know what I'm saying? They ran down there and they told the free black people where their plantation was that they just escaped from, and they went down there and they started slaughtering niggas. You know what I'm saying? That's where they come with the you know what I'm saying, where all that Indians will behead you, you know what I'm saying? The Indians that cut your head off, but then that's what really was going on. They was running down these slaves was escaping the plantation, going making it to Florida and making it to that area where the Seminoles were, telling you know what I'm saying, giving the location, dropping the Addy on where the plantation is of where they just escaped from, and there was gangs of them. You know what I'm saying? Gangs of black people, the black Indians, whatever y'all want to call them, niggas. There was gangs of niggas fucking going to the plantation and slaughtering motherfuckers. Y'all just don't do no real history. Y'all still talk about Nat Turner and this and that and blah blah blah. Harriet Tubman. Like y'all don't read no real research books. Y'all don't do no real research. Like it's crazy. Just go look it up. The Gullah Geechee Wars and the Seminole Indian Wars. Like and Andrew Jackson, what all the shit that Andrew Jackson was saying and writing and publishing. Like Andrew Jackson, basically what how slavery ended, like you know what I'm saying? I say Andrew Jackson, Abraham Lincoln, people was kept coming to the president and kept coming to the government talking about that they were sick of getting killed. They can't sleep, you know what I'm saying? They're scared that they're next, that the Indian, the black, the nigga Indians was coming to, you know what I'm saying, and the escaped slaves and whatever y'all want to call them was coming to chop their head off, and they were getting scared because they were dying by record numbers. So Abraham Lincoln had to do the Emancipation Proclamation. You know what I'm saying? He never ended that shit. He just transferred the ownership from private to the because not everybody owned slaves. You know what I'm saying? It was just who could really afford it. It was from private ownership into the state ownership, and that's why you get birth certificates and not the state ownership or whatever. But that's another topic for another time. It's just y'all have a real incorrect concept of slavery and what's really going on. So yes, slavery was a choice. Yes, you could have escaped and went and joined a tribe or found your tribe, or because you know what I'm saying, it wasn't just being brought off boats. You know what I'm saying, it was black people here already. You know what I'm saying, it was, you know what I'm saying, you could have went to go link up with one of them and went back and freed everybody or freed as much as you can and fought. And yes, you could have. Yes, you could have did what you did. You could have, because some people say, I'm saying you could have worked your shit at on your slave plantation if they were paying you. If some were getting paid, some were. You could have saved up enough, and you could have opened up your own plantation, and you could have started hiring all black people. and treating them way better than the white ones. You know what I'm saying? If that was the case, you know what I'm saying? It's just so much that y'all are just negating and neglecting when it comes to history. So that's all I'm saying. Like Charleston White is right on point. But I ain't gonna ramble. I'm gonna play this a little longer, but I got one more time if I want to hit. Let me call this guy back. See what he
So do you think the people who have a problem with people who say slavery is a choice is because they've been conditioned to believe that being submissive during that time, is what you're calling it, was the only way to survive?
Yeah. Well, the word nigger, Nigger, wasn't, every black person wasn't called nigger.
Mm-hmm.
You was a boy, gal. You wasn't a nigger until you disobeyed.
Mm-hmm.
So why wouldn't you want to be a nigger?
Mm-hmm.
You wasn't a nigger until they got mad. Come here, nigga. What you doing over here? Other than that, you was boy. What you looking at, boy? So there was different classes and different statuses. So in my mind, the nigga supersede everybody. The nigga got whipped. The boy didn't.
Mm-hmm.
The nigga got sold. The boy didn't. So for those that says, well, slavery wasn't a choice. Well, it's people looking at the glass half empty or half full.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'll say, I don't get into the whether it was a choice or not because I wasn't there. I mean, I look at slavery and I've read the history books. We didn't write the history books. That's a whole other conversation we can go on. I get it, right? I think that people's digestion of the sentiment that slavery is not a choice is to somewhat side with the fact that we've welcomed or participated in oppression. That's even, you can even break that down and say we did.
We did. Well, let me just.
We did. Yeah, we did. It's like it's not new information. You know what I'm saying? It's just not new at all. But we about to wrap this up. Let me get to my last little timestamp that I had. Well, no, we ain't even going. He went on to say, I'm gonna just tell y'all what he said. He basically went on to say like that not all white people own slaves and all that. And that y'all that y'all not paying attention to the right people, and I agree. Like y'all, it was happening then, and it's happening now. Like y'all do some real research. There was only a certain group of people who are allowed to even own a slave. You know what I'm saying? It didn't matter what color you were. You had to be a certain type of person. Let's just say that. Yeah, you had to be affiliated with a certain type of thing just to even be a slave owner. So it's like it's like people wanna laugh. Like people like me, I'm sorry to say, we wanna laugh on a daily at people that can't think out the box or see through the veil. Like we just wanna laugh at all that. Because come on, dude, like the information is out here. Shit is just basic, and y'all niggas is just talking on racism. Like what's really going on? Like that is a mental illness within itself. Like y'all need to keep up with the times. Why are y'all stuck in the past? It's like somebody coming home from jail and they still wearing big t-shirts and do-rags looking like Mike Jones. You know what I'm saying? Like this is that just in a different form. Like y'all need to get with the times and elevate y'all mind. No bullshit. So we're gonna leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? We'll leave it at that. Y'all see that thing ticking at the bottom of your screen? Cash App Cosmic Chris 9, Instagram Cosmic Chris 9, and we need 500 subscribers. So please hit the subscribe button, and we're gonna catch y'all next time. Like I said, I'm gonna be a little more consistent. It's just, you know what I'm saying, I don't like to just talk about anything. I like to keep it relevant, and I like to bring out good information. So that's what I'm gonna continue to do. You know what I'm saying? Cosmic Chris 9, then big man.
Hey, yo, Red, turn that up.
I don't even know if you can handle it. All I know is you can have it. I don't even know if you can handle it.